Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to make a ham and onion quiche. So bear with me, it's delicious. We hope that you make it and you enjoy it as much as we do. Alright, this is a pretty simple quiche to make and we love it. We're going to start with some puff pastry sheets, some eggs, some heavy cream. You could also use milk. We're going to do our extra sharp cheddar, but really whatever cheese you like. Some ham. This works great with leftover ham as well. A few tablespoons of salted butter, a half a diced onion. We're using a white sweet onion, and some bacon. All right, one of the first things I'm going to do is go ahead and grate my block of cheese. You can also buy cheese that is already grated in the bag, or you can get all kinds of different cheeses if you like. We're going to use an extra sharp cheddar because we like the cheddar cheese flavor, but you can really use any type of cheese that you like. So we're gonna do half of this block and come back in just a minute. All right, I've grated half this block of cheese. That gives me about a cup. It's probably about 8 ounces. So if you get the 8-ounce bag of pre-shredded cheese, that will work just as well too. I went ahead and chopped up about 5 slices of our bacon. So we are going to fry this up in our pan and get it going. Next, we're gonna crack open about 6 eggs and we're gonna use around 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream. We're gonna see how much this fills up in our pastry dish in a while, so we might have to add another egg or 2, but we're gonna start with 6 and start with 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream. Cracked our eggs, we're gonna add our cream. We're gonna give this a mix. This is also the time that you're gonna wanna add some seasoning, so we're gonna add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a little bit of black pepper, maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper, and some parsley. So we have some dried parsley, but you can also use fresh parsley. I'm going to do about a 1/2 teaspoon of parsley. So we're going to give this a whisk and get it all mixed up. I'm going to use my pretty pie plate, but you could also do this in just an 8 by 8 inch pan if you like, or you can double it and do it in a 9 by 13 pan. But I'm going to do our pie dish and I'm going to lightly spray it with some olive oil. We're going to render down and cook our bacon. I put a little bit of oil in the pan. It's on about a medium heat, and we're going to cook this until the bacon is nice and done. While that bacon is cooking in our frying pan, we are going to go ahead and lay out our puff pastry. So I've got it open right here, and we're going to layer it in our baking dish. So if you have it frozen, you're going to want to defrost it for a day or 2 in your fridge so you can work with it. You don't want your dough to be frozen when you're working with it. We're going to unwrap our dough. It has some paper here. We are going to just set it in here and layer it in our dish. We might break off a few pieces to kind of fill in some of the other gaps. Okay. So this is kind of an extra piece here, so I'm just going to kind of break it off, or you can use a knife to break it off. And I'm going to use it on this side over here. I like having kind of rough edges around the pan, because it puffs up and makes a really pretty edge when it bakes. Okay, our bacon is just about done. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the grease and set it on this plate that has a paper towel to let it drain, and we'll start on our onions. Now we're going to start our onions. I'm going to melt a little bit of butter, 2 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm going to add our onions in, and we're going to stir those in until they get nice and translucent. We're going to let the onions cook on a medium heat, and these will take just a few minutes, about 3 or 4 minutes. The onions are cooking in some butter, but just to make things a little fun, why not take a little bit of our bacon grease? It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. We're going to add it to our onions. Just give them a little bit of that grease flavor. All right, our onions have gotten translucent and starting to slightly turn brown, so we're going to take those off the stove. I'm going to take them butter and all. I'm not going to drain these, and I'm going to add them to our quiche. All right, so let's assemble our quiche. I'm gonna start with our ham. This is kind of our heavier product, so I like to put it on the bottom. And I went ahead and just chopped it up, just kind of a rough chop. As you can see, some of these pieces they're just, you know, roughly chopped. And we're gonna sprinkle this all around the bottom. Then the next thing we're going to add is our bacon that we've cooked. And you can cook the bacon in the microwave. You can get the pre-cooked kind, however you like to do your bacon. You could probably even use turkey bacon if that's your thing. So we did about 5 pieces of bacon, and I chopped them up and then cooked them. And we're gonna add that bacon here on top of our ham. This is a great way to use up your leftover ham during the holidays, or just anytime. All right, and the next thing we're gonna do is grab our onions. All right, so we have our onions here in that really yummy butter that's all melted. It smells delicious. We added a little bit of the bacon grease to it, not much, just about a teaspoon. Also, be very careful with your bacon grease. You don't ever want to put that down a drain, especially when it's hot. So you'll want to dispose of that properly. All right, so we're gonna add our onion here. This is what gives it the best flavor. Our next layer is the cheese. So this is where we chopped up or grated all of our cheddar cheese. You could use a Gruyere, you could do mozzarella, any kind of cheese that is your preference. This one's kind of a soft cheese, so it's gonna melt really nicely for us. You could even sprinkle in different cheeses, maybe a pepper jack cheese. Okay, and our last step here is to add our egg and milk mixture along with our salt, pepper, and parsley. We are going to just pour this over the top, and this is where sometimes I come back in and add 1 or 2 more eggs depending on how much it fills up the container. But this one looks like it fills it up pretty nicely for us. All right, our quiche is ready to go in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes. We're gonna check it and make sure it doesn't get too brown on top. If it starts turning brown, I'm gonna put a little bit of foil over the top. This is our finished quiche. It looks and smells delicious. We're gonna cut into it and give it a taste. All right, well, we cut into it. Our crust is nice and flaky. Look at those puff pastry layers. You can also see the layers with the egg, the ham, the bacon. I can smell the onion. It looks so delicious. We hope you guys enjoyed this, and give us a like and a comment and let us know what you'd like for us to cook next. Thanks for watching. Bye.